Hi everyone, this is Sly from 900 Bowling Pro Shop. This is going to be my first bowling review video, hopefully first of many. So feel free to give me some comments, feedback, and what you want to see in the future. And hopefully I can make more videos for everyone to come. Try and take advantage of all the new balls that are coming out. So today we're going to do a quick review of obviously the Black Widow 3.0, the Scorpion low flare, in comparison to my previous two benchmark balls of the Extreme NVD on the higher end and the NV Tour that I still currently use in the middle of the bag. So these are my standard layouts right now, usually a pretty generic pin up and a pin down. I can get you more information about the angles and everything in accordance to my PAP if you want. But yeah, these are my leads that I'm currently using right now, and I'll throw some shots. Today we have Athens on these two pairs, and then I have the house shot on the pair next to me. So I'll be moving the camera around just to show you a difference of the way the ball moves, what I'm seeing between the balls, and kind of show you what kind of shapes I'm getting and different motions I'm getting between the balls. Um, yeah, let's get started. So first, I'm gonna throw a pretty benchmark NV Tour shot here. All right, so like you can see, the middle lanes are hooking pretty much. Um, I'm probably gonna get the ball a little bit wider, see what happens. Should recover on the pattern I've been practicing a couple times now. Um, Shout out to Kennedy Bowl for letting me practice on these conditions on the regular. So, throw a better one. Definitely missed that one out. There we go. That looks pretty good. Crossing the arrows around 20, getting a right out sound for that 10 board there. Um, I guess that's where I normally try to play this pattern. So that's the motion I'm used to seeing with the NV Tour. Let me show you what I'll get with the Extreme NV. Same spot. We'll get the ball there. See what happens. You see the ball getting up, in the fronts a little bit earlier. Not as angular in the back. Kind of a ball that I use to kind of shape and make sure it reads the mid lane right. So a lot slower in the back. It's definitely better for heavier volumes. Ideally on this pattern, I probably don't want to be using this ball because it'll give me less miss room. As soon as I get it a little left, it's going to want to hook real early. And if I get it a little right, it's probably not going to recover. Especially on a tough pattern like this, you don't want to give yourself less room. This shot's going to be with the 3.0. The same spot as that NV Tour. A little bit more back end action there. So what I've been seeing for the last 2 weeks, I've been throwing this ball out of box. It's definitely a little too dull. Right now, it's got some lane shine on it. Like I said in my recent video, this ball keeps getting better and better off the lane trend. So if you can see it right now, this isn't nothing like what you'll see it on the shelf. So I'm going to continue to throw this 3.0. Move a little left to give it a little more angle because it wants to come in. Got it a little left as well. So what I'm finding between this 3.0 compared to my two NVs, Extreme NV rolls the earliest. And then I got the NV Tour rolling just a little later than my 3.0. And my 3.0 kind of sitting right between the NV Tour and Extreme NV right now. A little better. Right, got a little left. Gave the ball some more shape. Definitely looks really good going through the pins. Of all the widows I've thrown so far, this is probably the one I like the most earliest. Meaning, normally with the 2.0 hybrid, pink widow, all the other widows I've thrown, I'm gonna have to play around with the surface a lot more, or kind of have to really play around the layouts to get the motion I want. This one's pretty plug and play. Left again. So. This one's one of those pieces that I like. I think it's going to be pretty versatile in most house conditions that I'll demonstrate on the lane next to us. Better for the lower rev bowlers that want some help with the ball. Anyone that had experience or success with the Black Widow line, I think they'll really like this one, being a smoother ball motion. I really need to get left. Yeah, so the way you'll see this pattern play is the tighter I get it, you'll see that the ball reads up even earlier. So I gotta really trust it, get it out there. Obviously, if you get it out, like you saw in my second warm-up shot with the Envy, it won't come back outside of 7. But we want to make sure it gets out there. Gotta refine it. All right, let's hope I can throw one more before I can get to the Scorpion. Get a good look here. Trying to call 17 right now. Better? Yeah. As soon as I get a little left, you'll see that the angle comes a little sharp, calling that ring 10. So normally on a pattern like this, pretty much like a medium pattern, I don't really want to play too much angle wheel too much, so it's probably not my choice of ball. Usually I would use something like the MB Tour, something smoother on the back, or even the Stealth Solid I was using in Team Trial. So this is going to be back to the first line I was throwing the MB Tour with the Scorpion low flare. See how early it reads in the mid lane? So generally speaking, this one wants to really shape up early, but it does smooth out a lot in the back. So that's what I like about this ball. So I'm going to move a little into where I think the ball is supposed to play. I'm pretty sure I got that little left of target as well. Off with the crossover. There you go. You'll see that one's a lot better. Smooth off the back, doesn't really want to pump out the friction too hard. This ball's probably going to get a lot of play from me on most sport conditions. I'm already planning on drilling another one. Probably pin down a complement. Currently, this one replaces my stock solid. So if you're looking for something in that medium benchmark, that's kind of where mine sits right now in my arsenal. Stop grabbing it. I'm just throwing it bad right now in the morning. We'll get a little left closer to where the widow was. Still high. Alright, let's get more left. That's the difficulty on this pattern. When you get a little left, you don't keep your angles open. Stays in that middle of the pattern too long. Reads up way too early and crosses over. Better, probably not. Oh, made it back. That's where the widow was when it came back. So, as expected, I didn't expect it to peel off that spot as hard. So, I'm actually surprised it came back and even carried out the pins. So, yeah, it's a pretty good piece in my opinion. Definitely very smooth and benchmark. One last one. Better. Never mind. Felt it. Left the target. A good one. Hold on, let me go on. There we go. Yep. So let's move over for the guys that like to throw on the traditional house shot. So this pattern isn't the normal house shot that we bowl on at Kennedy here on Wednesday nights. It's actually more of a senior morning pattern. So it's got a little less volume. Let's start again with the extreme envy. So you kind of see how much friction we play with here on the beginning of the day. Right, that's slow off the friction piece. You can see it does need a little bit more head oil because as soon as we don't get enough head oil, it will roll out. So it's not a piece I can stay too long with myself on the house condition. So it's more of a challenge pattern or a unique shape that I'm looking for when I pull this out. I keep this one tighter, it'll look a little better. So it'll look like it doesn't try to roll out too hard from the outside. Picks up a little bit smoother, like it said. I'm gonna go into the NB Tour next, show you different angles with that and compare it to the new two pieces that I'm trying to showcase here between the Widow and the Low Flare. So this is the NB Tour. I'm gonna get it outside like the first shot. You'll see that doesn't want to pick up as early as the Extreme Envy. So causing it to come weak to 10. Gonna play it more in that track area. Let the ball break at around 8 to 10 board. It's where everyone generally likes to have the ball break. See there? A lot sharper from there. And then let's get the ideal line for myself with this ball. I probably need to find a little bit more head in. So I'm probably going to be around 17 at the arrows. Getting it out to that ideal break point. Right there. That's the look I normally have with the NB Tour on these lanes. Let's get right into the Black Widow 3.0. Let's start with the shot that goes outside again. Right, really want to corner from that spot. NB Tour was a little lazy off that outside spot. So you can see the difference there. Now let's move into that track area again. Probably still a little right of where I want to be, but let's see what it does. Right, still coming in high. So now let's get left in my comfort zone and my ideal line to start on this house shot with the 3.0. I'm expecting a similar spot to the NB Tour on a house shot, except I'm expecting a lot more pop off the back. I'm actually to get left of the NB Tour. So that was exactly where the NB Tour struck the last shot I threw with it. So I'm gonna move probably another 5 and 2 with the eyes. Get me to around 19, 20 at the arrows. Roughly around 31 with my feet. Still coming in sharp. So my play is either get more left, add more ball speed. But this ball really, really hooks. That's the interesting thing about this ball. Asymmetric balls for myself. Sometimes it hooks out of the building, or sometimes it just rolls out on my feet. So I actually like the fact that it's hooking a lot more than it's rolling out. Oh, I got that wide. Try to come back though. Alright, let's try to actually throw a good one on the shot. Shouldn't be missing this my entire shot, right? That's better. So I'm a total of 7 left. Got my NB Tour there. 3 with the eyes. So that's the difference between my NV Tour and my Widow 3.0. Could have some layout as well. A lot more high flaring for sure. One last one before we get to the Scorpion. Alright, I like one last good one before we get to the Scorpion. There we go. Alright, so the Scorpion. I'm expecting it a little earlier. It's definitely not going to be as angular. It's going to be more smoother off the spot. See what happens when I get this one wide. Start on that first spot again. Put it out to like the 3 to 5 board. Looks pretty good from there. I mean, that's the kind of ball you're expecting to work there versus the ASIM. That's over under, doesn't read too early, doesn't read too hard when it tries to read. We move to that track area. All right, got a little bit of wide again, but you can see how versatile this ball is. Really shaping up early and staying smooth in the back. So definitely gives more miss on house conditions, which allows you to miss. And we got the little left to where the ND Tour was when I last struck with it. It just doesn't miss that mid-lane. Keeps it real smooth out that spot. Looks really good. I mean, with this condition compared to the Wednesday night we get, I could see why. Oh, nice ball record. I could see why we could start with the low flare and pretty much just keep moving left with it. It is less volume, so the 3.0 might be a little too strong, giving me a little bit of over under when it hits that friction. Not enough oil in the front to kind of keep the ball straighter. I'll move a little left, closer to where the 3.0 is, and see what the Scorpion will do. Right, you see how it doesn't recover from the Ren? Kind of expected. Ball is weaker. It is smoother. Doesn't want to peel. I can do some hand position adjustments to get it come back there, or some speed adjustment, just to be able to shape it. More around it. There you go. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm drilling up a second one soon. This is one of those middle balls. Very versatile. Very useful. Just kind of want to tweak another one with surface and layout, so that when one of them isn't going through the pins the best way, I can get a similar look. But I think this is going to be a special piece. Comparison to rest of my arsenal with this one, definitely as smooth off the spot like the NB Tour. Like I said, this replaced my Stealth Solid. Layout the same as Stealth Solid, so That's why I can kind of understand that it could replace it. It's kind of doing the same thing. It's also stronger than my NU for sure. And this ball is earlier than my vibe. So that's why sometimes when I like to use the radial back, it's too clean, especially when it got some lane shine on it. It just gets too angular. Not the best ball I've had on sport performances, but I see why this one would be a little bit better, which is why it's pushing me to drill a second one. Oh, you can't miss with this thing. All right, guys, I think that's it. It's my first video. Let me know what you guys think, what kind of patterns you want me to throw on, maybe different types of balls you want me to compare with in the next one. But yeah, thank you for everyone's time, and hope to be doing more of these to give inside information on what to drill. And I know bowling balls are getting expensive, so pick the right ball for everyone in their arsenal and build it properly. And ciao.